Hi there guys, many of you will know that I actually seek out new learnings and experience, and I get a lot of ideas and inspiration from a place called the EC, Entrepreneur Circle. It's run by an entrepreneur called Nigel Botterill. Now he's pretty good at what he does. The only issue he has is he follows Leeds United, so I can accept if he has some failings in life. It's just that he supports Leeds United. But to be fair, I get loads of inspirations and ideas also from you guys. So I get a lot of inspiration from the EC, I get a lot from you guys out in the field. Anyway, he shot a little video the other day talking about the words that should never be said by a business owner. I watched it and it actually really resonated with me. So I know you're going to ask, what are those words? I'll tell you in just a minute because they are important, but the point of the video is twofold. I want to share those words of advice from Nigel, but also make it clear that following advice ain't simple. We all share the same challenges in life, so none of us are any different. And it was interesting, I was chatting to Phil the other day, Phil Shaw, about a strategic idea that I was thinking about. We were just chatting away, and then at the end I nearly said the words that should never be said, well, according to Nigel, and I do tend to agree with him. So I was saying something along the lines of, I want to do this, I can't remember what it was, and then stopped before I went on to say, and I was about to say, I want to do this, but I can't afford it. And these are the words he talks about, but I can't afford it. I stopped in my tracks and then turned the idea into a positive response. And this is what the whole point of the video was. I can't afford it is not a great saying. It's what needs to happen for me to afford this. It's a great question for all of us in business. What needs to happen for me to afford this, whatever this is? So we're all very key. I think we're programmed to say I can't afford it. So even though I recently heard the email and talked about it, and I was still defaulted to, but I can't afford it. So I hope this kind of makes sense. If you apply this in you and your business or in life generally, I think you may find yourself making more impactful decisions. So rather than saying I can't afford it, we should be saying what needs to happen to afford this. A common example would be, say, to approach something relatable to a number of you. I've had a number of conversations recently about people wanting to employ staff. So when talking about employing a member of staff or taking on a bookkeeper, for example, or a call answering service, the first question must be, how can I afford that? Rather than, I can't afford that. It's such a great question. It makes us think differently, or at least it should make you think differently. So to make this a little bit clearer, let's pretend that you want to take on another member of staff. You'll need to work out how much it costs, and then ask yourself what would need to happen. Now, if you know your numbers, you should be able to say something like, if I could get another 5 jobs a week, then I'll be able to afford a new member of staff. Then you might say, well, what would need to happen to get 5 more jobs a week? Then you would then look at how many leads you're getting and how well you are converting those leads. Then you say, what would you need to do to get more leads? So you'd need to do more marketing, or you may have enough leads and you aren't converting them or answering them at all. So it just makes sense when you talk it through. But trust me when I say a number of people in the network are discovering the power of asking the right questions and breaking everything down properly. They're taking on staff, they're making the decisions, they're taking in more resource. Now, I don't want you to read this and say, well, Sean says it's okay to just go and get what you need to grow your business. That would be complete madness. And actually talking about that, I'm going to do another video about financial controls because through an introduction from Lee Turner in Lockforce, I've been reading a book called Profit First, and it's really resonated with me, and we're now applying some of the principles. So I'm going to do something different on that, because it's not just gay abandon, go and buy what you want. But I don't want you to struggle or wrestle with this on your own. If you want to do things like invest in a bookkeeper or invest in customer care package or whatever it is, but you say you can't afford it, then ask yourself the question, what would need to happen? Or if you want, just book some time through Jackie and let's have a chat. I'm more than happy to try and help people. So I hope this is useful, and I just want people to stop saying those 4 nasty words, I can't afford it. Let's turn it around. What needs to happen to make that a reality? And you will make some better decisions without a doubt. So I hope that's been useful, and I'll speak soon.